Yes, I did. I can say.
No, sir. I don't.
No. Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states, so
there is no way you believe that. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Uh-oh, they're sending the sheriff out here.
I wanna make a change. I got one life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
Where have you been? Why did it take you so long to click on this video and watch it? Well, now that I finally have you, I have an update to share. So a recent audit I did in Clinton, Arkansas resulted in a lieutenant resigning. So first I want to watch that interaction that I had with him on March 22nd, just 1 month ago at the Clinton Police Department. And then we're going to get into the cream of this donut. Check it out.
Oh, bro left his computer on. His car is literally on still. Let's see if I can show you this. His dash is still saying like it's on right now. It's interesting. What's up, dude? Is this, I think this car's left on. Oh, cool. I think you left your car on, brother.
No, my car's off.
Oh, the dash is blinking stuff. Does it just do that all day?
It does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lieutenant Sullivan, Police Department. What's your name?
Cool. I'm Justin. Nice to meet you, man.
Yes, I did. I can say.
No, sir. I don't.
No. Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states, so
there is no way you believe that. All right. Since you're starting off this way, do you have somewhere higher than you? Because I promise you that's not correct, and you're going to get your whole town into a lawsuit, and I don't want to go that way. I've been having a great day. You don't want to go that way either.
But if you just tell me your name.
I'm not telling you my name. I'll tell you my first name, and we're stopping there, and I'm not answering any more questions. Okay. If you want to ID me unlawfully, you're going to lose your job and your qualified immunity.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm working on a story.
For who are you with?
I'm an independent journalist. What's your name?
Solomon, Lieutenant Solomon.
Solomon?
Yes, sir.
Do not think, there is no such thing as a stop and ID state. There's no such thing. That is a term.
Okay.
That is a...
Let me explain something to you. Can I explain something
I'll listen to you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This day and time, there's all sorts of things going on.
This day and time is a terrible thing because we're in one of the most safest times to date in world history. Tell me a safer time in world history than right now.
Okay.
So,
well,
don't say in this day and time, because cops always say that, and it's stupid.
Okay.
You can start over though if you want to.
Let me just put it like this.
Yep.
You know, if we see somebody looking at our police cars,
come talk to me, sure. But don't threaten to arrest me if I don't give you my ID.
I didn't threaten to arrest
you. just did, brother.
I just said Arkansas is one of the 15 ID states.
That's not correct.
A demand or request.
Nope, that's not correct.
Provide some identified
Get a lawyer out here. If you think that's true, you need to look into it because you're going to get yourself in trouble. That is not true, and I'm 1,000% positive, and I can show you case law and Supreme Court rulings and everything. 100%.
More or less, we're just concerned about what you're doing.
Well, do not think that you can just stop and ID anyone you want. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and you're non-constitutional. You are unconstitutional.
Well, with what's going on, I mean, it's
you are no. If you think you can do that,
yeah,
you don't believe in the Fourth Amendment. If you think you can do that, do you know what the Fourth Amendment is, sir? What is it?
You know, if we see
what's the Fourth Amendment? No. This is important to everybody that you know the Fourth Amendment. What is it?
Sure, I know it.
So what is it? What is it?
The right of freedom.
No way you just said that. No, that's the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. The First Amendment.
No, the First
Amendment. Right,
bro. What's the Fourth Amendment?
Okay. All right. Just.
Oh my God, dude! And you're a lieutenant? Is your chief here?
No, he's off.
We need someone to teach you what the Fourth Amendment is. What is it?
My question is.
What is What's the 5 elements of the First Amendment? There's 5 elements.
We just had some.
There's 5 elements of the First Amendment.
Questions for you.
No, I have some concerns and questions for you. There's 5 elements of the First Amendment. What are they?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
What are they, sir? What's the Fourth Amendment? You don't know any of it. You need to go study the Constitution, and until you do, don't say a word to me, please. Go back inside, look up the Constitution, and read those rights and learn them. Memorize them, then come out. Other than that, you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, and you don't need to be a lieutenant. And I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but that is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing the first or the fourth. Walk of shame right there, and it's deserved. Oh, they're locking me out? Lieutenant Solomon, you're opening your city up for a lawsuit by allowing this door to be locked because of me. You're not allowed to pick and choose who comes in here. So either you lock it to everybody for the rest of the day, or you're opening yourself up for a lawsuit. And you better have a good reason for having it locked the rest of the day, not just because there's a guy with a camera. So you better open this door and let me come in, and we can get this over with. Why are you guys so scared of someone with a camera? What are you hiding? You should be welcoming me in here, showing me around, making yourself look good, making your town look good. Let's start over. Let's start over. Do you want to let me in and just show me around and have a pleasant conversation so we can change this? I'm willing to start over with y'all. All right, I gave you a chance.
So if you want to watch the entire video, of course, I've got a link in the description and the comments of this video, so go check it out. After the lieutenant goes back inside, they call the sheriff down there. The sheriff makes a big ass of himself, and I got wind from some of the residents of Clinton that he's been kind of laying low ever since my video published. So you might want to go check that out. So Scott Solomon was hired by the Clinton PD in 2010. He was promoted to lieutenant in 2021. So apparently after my visit just last month, March 22nd, 2024, you guys, including a bunch of residents from Clinton, called and emailed and filed a bunch of complaints on Lieutenant Solomon, and he was almost immediately disciplined. So I was there on March 22nd. You guys called and filed a bunch of complaints that week or two after. An internal investigation was opened, and by April 10th, Lieutenant Solomon was demoted to Officer Solomon. So here is the letter of reprimand from the Chief of Police, Jay Murdoch. It is dated April 10th, 2024, and it reads, Officer Solomon, there have been multiple complaints filed against you that have all been placed into one internal affairs file. The complaints are violations of the Code of Conduct and recording and filming of law enforcement policies of this department. At the conclusion of my investigation into these matters, I found that the complaints are sustained. We have spoken that you showed a lack of leadership in the position of lieutenant of the Clinton Police Department, a lack of knowledge of the current policies, even though you have signed and acknowledged that you understood and would comply with these policies, and that you failed to obey a lawfully given direct order not to use department resources for personal gain. After careful review of all the allegations, a review of your employee file, and my personal knowledge of your work history, I feel that the following corrective actions must be taken. 1. You will be demoted from lieutenant to patrol officer effective immediately. 2. Your pay that was based on your position of lieutenant will be reduced to the 4th pay slot that is equal to the current detective pay. You will be placed on a 12-month probation. During your probation or until determined otherwise by the Chief of Police, you will no longer have access to a take-home vehicle. You will be transferred to the 3rd shift on the schedule to provide you time to refresh yourself with the current policy manual that is in place. A copy of this reprimand will be placed in your personnel file for the duration of your probation at a minimum. Chief Jay Murdoch. So it appears that the Clinton PD police chief, Chief Murdoch, does not shrug this crap off. I've had much worse encounters with police officers where the chief did little to nothing. A really good example of that's Hot Springs PD. So apparently not only was Lieutenant Solomon demoted to Officer Solomon, but he actually resigned. Now the date on his resignation is April 10th, which is the same date on the reprimand. And it's kind of funny because at the bottom of his reprimand in pen it says, resigned prior to reprimand, but obviously he didn't resign for a different reason. He either worked something out with the chief or he knew what was coming. They let him resign at rank, but it clearly wasn't for something unrelated, in my opinion. So the resignation reads, April 10th, 2024. Dear Chief Murdoch in the city of Clinton, I am writing this letter to inform you of my decision to resign from my role as police officer from the city of Clinton effective April 17th, 2024. So technically his resignation is the 17th, 7 days after the reprimand. I'll continue reading. I appreciate the opportunity that the city of Clinton provided me to work as a police officer in the city of Clinton for the past 13 years. I appreciate the opportunities for growth and development you have provided me during my tenure. I am confident that the experiences and skills I've gained here will continue to serve me in my future endeavors. I have accepted a position at an organization in Clinton unrelated to law enforcement. Thank you again for the opportunity to work at the Clinton Police Department. I wish all of you the best. Best regards, Scott Sullivan. So part of me feels bad for him. I'm sorry that he has to change his career path this late in life, but it's honestly probably for the best. If he's been a cop this long and he's a lieutenant and he's comfortable with not knowing the First Amendment or the Fourth Amendment, I think he said the right to freedom.
The right of freedom.
He thinks that a stop an ID state means you can stop and ID anybody that you want. And at one point, he even accused me of being disorderly, I believe, for using a swear word in front of him.
Hey, sir.
So you don't know shit, brother.
Have a good day, sir.
You guys don't know anything here. You don't
Have a
get.
good day,
No, you
sir.
can't. That's freedom of speech. That is.
Have a good
That's
day,
freedom
sir.
of speech.
So we don't need that kind of person being a cop. We don't need someone thinking he can take you to jail for saying a swear word in public, for example. That's not a free country, you know. But I do wish the best for him in his new career. He seemed like a nice guy. He didn't know the law and everything, I guess, but he wasn't out there yelling and screaming and being crazy like you see a lot of these cops out there. He was actually pretty calm considering the embarrassment he was going through, in my opinion. He took it pretty well. He just went inside. He didn't escalate and try to arrest me or anything like that, you know. So I will give him that. So I wish him the best in his new career. How about that? And I also want to thank Chief Murdoch for taking the people seriously. People complained. He took it seriously. He demoted a lieutenant down to officer. Now, it did look like in that reprimand, like there was some other things that helped that demotion take place, like he was using the computer for personal use. I saw that in there, and a couple other things. So it's honestly probably for the best in the long run. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Chief Murdoch, but when I was looking into him, I did find this article where apparently a young boy's bike was stolen, and he used his own money to go buy that boy a new bike. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Chief Murdoch. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Like, subscribe, watch another.